Hi everyone, this is Milnar. Welcome to my channel, and for those who have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so that you'll be updated whenever I have a new video. Okay, so basically this is my first vlog. This is my first time to do a recording regarding a certain topic. So first and foremost, I would like to thank a lot of people behind my success of passing the IELTS exam, which I took last July 16, 2021. So basically, I have no idea before on how to pass the IELTS exam. My UK dream started last 2015, and from then on, I have been making plans to take the exam, but because of some instances that happened in my life, I was not able to pursue it. So to cut the story short, it's already 2021 and I'm here in Saudi Arabia. My contract is about to end by November 2021. So my IELTS journey started just this year. Um, I started to practice on the IELTS topics or IELTS sections for speaking, listening, writing, and reading since March. But I really did not have a very serious review until I booked the exam last July 1, 2021. So I booked the exam last July 1, 2021, and took the exam on the 16th. So literally, I just had 2 weeks or 14 days preparation for the exam. So that was quite short, but um, with the help of other resources that's currently available on the internet, whether on YouTube or other social media platforms or other websites. So I was able to do it. So first, I would like to thank the following group or the following channels on YouTube that made this success possible. So I would like to start with English Speaking Success with Keith. I also had a chance to review some materials from Learn English with Emma, English Lessons with Adam, and of course, everybody's favorite, Nurse Even, E2 IELTS with Jay and Alex, ETJ English with Elliot, and IELTS Liz in preparation for the writing exam. So, as I've mentioned earlier, I started the reviews on March of this year, but did not really had a serious um, day-to-day review since March. I just had a serious review on July 1 after I booked the exam. So what happened on March was actually I just made like an outline of what's going to be done in the next few months before taking the exam. Since last March I did not yet book the exam, so I had no specific date when to take the exam. It just happened on July 1 that I booked the exam for July 16. So started the series review on July 1. So what I did, um, I just used or make use of a lot of resources available on YouTube. So basically, I started with English Lessons with Adam, and I found out a very easy to follow 5-point study plan. So that was the first is to know the test. So we have to be familiarized. We have to familiarize the IELTS exam itself, the structure of the test, what composes the exam. So it's composed of listening with 4 sections, reading 3 passages, writing 2 parts, and speaking, which is one-on-one, which basically takes 12 to 15 minutes. So next is practice the test. So there are a lot of mock exams available on YouTube, so make use of it. And it's also helpful to practice the English language with someone. So it's very useful if you try to speak or use the language more often with someone, whether be it a coworker, a friend, a family member, and so on. Next is to strategize, which is to know the scores that you need. So for us, for nurses who want to go to UK, these are the needed scores to achieve. For listening, you have to get 7, and for writing, you have to attain 6.5. Reading, 7, and for speaking, 7 as well. So with my score, um, it's available on my IELTS certificate here. I got 8.5 for listening, 7 for reading, 7 for writing, and 7.5 for speaking. So overall band score was 7.5. So that was really unbelievable, because during the exam it was very difficult, especially the reading part. I guess the 20 minutes limit for each passage was very short. It's not enough to complete answering all the questions for each passage. And for speaking as well, for the speaking, I found it very hard because of course everything happens for 12 to 15 minutes only, and there are 3 parts for speaking, so everything happens very fast, so you cannot really remember all the things that you have studied to use it while answering the questions of the interviewers. So it's very everything will just come out naturally. So you just need to focus on answering the questions, because since everything happens so fast, the interviewer might jump from one topic to another. So even if you're not yet done with answering the previous question, you need to compose yourself to answer the next question that the interviewer will throw to you. So after that, so let's go back. I started the review last July 1, and basically had a 14 days preparation. So after strategizing the plan on what to do, after knowing the scores, that's the time that you will need to practice. So as I've said earlier, you need to practice speaking with someone and get the feedback. So don't get disappointed if you have received a not so good feedback, because at least you already know that you need to improve at an early time. So even before taking the exam, because at least you know where to improve. Next is prepare mentally. So aside from all the preparations, so you see, imagine I only had 14 days preparation for the exam, but I was able to make it. So personally, I really did not have a 100% confidence that I will pass the exam. But what I did was, I just believe in myself that I can do it, like any other persons that I know who passed the exam before. So that's it. Just focus and um, believe in yourself, because if you will not believe in yourself, nobody does, right? So after that, after the strategizing everything, after having the 5-point study plan, the next thing that I did was to improve my vocabulary, or the lexical resource. So how did I do it? So basically, this section was not just applicable to speaking. I also make use of it to improve my writing skills. So what I did was, I answered typical questions randomly from other resources. They have sample questions from the previous IELTS exam before, so I just answered those questions so that I can have an idea, or I already have a structured answer for some questions. But please bear in mind that you don't need to memorize everything in answering the questions, because the interviewer will know it. that you are just memorizing your answers. As I've said earlier, everything happens so fast you cannot really remember if you're applying all those things that you have learned, especially the technical part of writing and speaking. It will just happen naturally. So what I did was answered all the questions, and then I compared my answers based on the ideal way on how to answer the questions. I checked if I was able to use other skills or other ways on creating a sentence, other ways to improve the structure, like other techniques, like the conditional tenses. We have third and second conditional tenses. What else? Inversion and all those stuff. So it's very overwhelming if you're going to study it from top to bottom. So what I just did was answer all the questions and then compared my answers to the ideal one. So you can identify which part of your answer was wrong, which part of your answer was already good. So it's good to know that you have compared your answers earlier, right? So after that, after comparing my answers to the IELTS approved answers or techniques, um, I made day to day, like day to day, this goal or daily record on what I have done since July 1 until I passed the exam. Yeah, I did not pressure myself to do something on each day, but I just made myself productive on each day before the exam itself. I also mm, mm, during the last 2 days before the exam, I made myself like free from stressors, from work, from reviewing itself. So I did not have um, I did not let myself be pressured since the exam is fast approaching. So that's it. And on the exam day, just make yourself relax, believe in yourself, and always remember the reason why you have booked the exam. Always put in mind why do you need to pass the IELTS exam. So in my case, I made myself motivated by the fact that I need to pass the exam for myself, for my family, and for my child.